Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Discord Army Men of War, and the final event of this series. And this is where we're going to be summarizing and reading all of the policies that have been given to me by the Discord leaders. So if you're new to this, be sure to come and join the Discord. Links are in the description. Also check out my website. In fact, you know what? Go to my website if you want to join the Discord, because I want you all to check it out. There's now a link to my website. I'm going to be throwing a full Wikipedia on there. And yeah, it's going to be really awesome. Be sure to go and check out my website. I'll get a picture of it up right here. Look at that. It looks epic. So be sure to go and check it out. Pick your nation and go and check out the wiki of, well, the lore of your nation, I guess. So anyway, in this video, we're going to be reading out and looking at the policies that the Discord leaders have all come up with. So we're going to be going from east to west, I think. We're going to start off with Pearl and the Pinks, as the Pinks are fairly new, and I kind of want to get their lore out there and tell you guys more about them, because these guys haven't really so much light of day in this series. They've kind of just been in the background of the Purples, but now we're going to be seeing a bit of pink and purple intervention, so this is pretty cool. So anyway, the Pinks have always ruled the Isle of Pearl. They've always been like the oligarchs, the tribal people of Pearl. And obviously we can see the Isle of Pearl right here. It's huge. There's a lot going on at the minute. I'll explain it bit by bit. Pearl has always been made up of like an Aztec sort of culture. They've always worshipped the Dark Lord of Cthulhu, who is like the son of Obsidian. So that's their god. Obviously there's a lot going on with Obsidian at the minute, if you've been watching this series, of course. And the Pinks now have decided to modernize. So we've actually gave them a leader in the Discord, and they have gave me some policies. So the Pinks actually want to modernize their troops and also modernize their cities, build roads, and yeah, and also establish maybe a navy and things like that. And basically, you know, just modernize, I guess. They just want to go from being these tribal people to these dudes with guns now, and that's what I've done at the moment. They're pretty much exactly the same as the Purples, but are pink instead. Whereas the Purples are a little bit different. Like we can see at the minute, the Purples have decided that they're going to march into Palantis, which is the capital of Pearl. Look at this. And this is led by King Arepo, and he is the leader of the Purples in the Discord. Obviously, the leaders are sub-leaders. They're not the actual faction leaders, but they act as a sub-faction leader. So they're temporarily in charge for the duration of this event. So I want you to tell me in the comments, should the Pinks and the Purples fight this one out? I'm also going to ask them in the Discord as well what they want to do, because the Purples want to fully annex all of the Pink lands. They've also required that we build some defenses along the coast. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Look, we've just built all of these bunkers around the coastline, and the Purples now have a fully secured isle, which means that if any army was to attack Pearl now, they would have coastal defenses and more. So let me know in the comments, should the Pinks and the Purples engage with each other? Should they go to war? So next up, we have Viet Thanh. We have South Viet Thanh, which is now separate from the north. They've called this the Grand Duchy of Viet Thanh, under the command now of Emperor Malice. What it was, it used to be ruled by one president, the whole of Viet Thanh did, but then it separated into two. So the Platos, the old president, he kind of abdicated his rulership of the land. He turned down his presidency. Well, he resigned from his presidency, and up and stepped in his place was Malice. So they declared him emperor, and they want to restore the new Tan Empire. So that's pretty much all that the Tans have really done in the south. They've also deployed some soldiers north as well. I will read out their policies as well. So policy from the north, well, the South Vietnamese. It's somewhere down here, bear with me. So Princess Veronica Malister, shout out to you on the Discord. The Grand Duchy of Viet Thanh policy. So the Andrean refugee, in response to the refugee crisis coming out of Tangier, the Imperial Council and the Emperor have seen fit to let the Oranges across the Tangitan River into South Viet Thanh if need be. But to do so, they're going to have to pledge allegiance to them. in a way. So that's pretty cool. I kind of like what they're doing there. But there is no oranges which are going to be coming across because, as you can see, there's no bridge. The bridge was destroyed some time ago, so unfortunately no oranges are going to be able to get across, the orange refugees. We can see over here, look, we can see that there's a huge war still going on. It's all interactive now, look, they're all shooting at the floor. They're supposed to be shooting at each other, I don't know why they're doing that. But yeah, it's pretty cool, everything's interactive. I'm trying to make it more like a total war game and make it more interesting for you guys as well. But anyway, South Vietnam are basically scared of going to war with the North at the minute. The North have also moved troops south, so let's go to the North now. And they've decided to build an airfield in the north of Tanoi. So if we go up here, we can see that a new airfield has just been established at the click of a button. And they're going to be using that now, which means if the Reds allow it, of course, because the Reds might not allow it, and they might say, no, you're not allowed an air force, but the North could see an air force in the future now. Also, the North have decided to build a wall across the border. So if we press that there, look, we can see a wall has just been constructed across the border between North and South Vietnam. They've also ordered patrols going up and down the river in boats. There is like a small river going through here, just too small to see on the battle map. But yeah, we can see patrols going up and down as well. We do have some Imperial Tan units that have moved up just in case any Northerners try coming into the south. So next up, well, is that everything to do with the Tans? I think it is. I think that's pretty much all that they said. I think they have sent over some diplomats to other countries as well to talk, you know, and make alliances as well. I think they've suggested the Tanger-Tan Treaty, which will be the end of all hostilities between the Oranges and the Tans. And I think the Oranges want to do the same. So let me know in the comments, should they do that? They've got this whole history in this series where they've always hated each other's kind. And I just don't think that they would make an alliance. I think the campaign has to be a little bit longer. Let's campaign this. Let's launch propaganda. You know, let's do all that kind of thing before we make the Tans and the Oranges be friends again. Because that would mean that the Tans would want to restore the Tan Empire. Which, if Obsidian take over, that they probably will, to be honest. But anyway, going off topic right there, we're going to go to the Oranges now. So the Oranges, are, as you guys know, are under attack from Obsidian, and they have been for a while. The Purples have sided with Obsidian because the ancient god of Cthulhu has made an appearance, and he's actually on the Isle of Pearl at the minute, and he is dishing out all this influence, and he's basically in the heads of the Purple generals and the Purple leaders, and maybe they're even telling them to overthrow the Pinks, because there can only be one ruler of Pearl, and obviously we've got two nations in the Discord now from the same isle, and they both want the full ownership of this island, I'm guessing. So let me know what's in their heads. Is the Purples going to take over the Pinks? You know, and like I said, we've got Obsidian, which is over here. We've got the leader of Obsidian, which is Cthulhu. He's like a demigod, like the son of Obsidian, we've called him, who is like a dark spirit. Like he's billions of light years away, but he's like a giant black hole, just eating up galaxies. So we have the attack on Tangiers right here. We can see this has been going on for quite some time now. We've got Sultan Levantine over here. We can see the politician which just came over as well to suggest the whole alliance treaty between the Tans and the Oranges. I want you guys to help decide in the comments now, because like I say, we are going to be ending this event for now, and we might be bringing it back in a few episodes time, but we're just going to let all of the battles and all of the policies that have been played out just like, I don't know, go into some sort of simulation so we can see the outcome and see what comes of their decisions. So we can see Sultan Levantine right here of the Orange Tangerian Sultanate. He is currently pinned down with our leader, which is Mustafa Kemal, I believe. He is the acting Prime Minister or something, President, I don't know. He's just like, I'm just going to call him the Sultan's hand, right? And these guys have got a pretty cool policy. So we've got the Oranges that are going to build refugee camps for all of the civilians which were in the area of the nuclear blast and that have lost their homes to Obsidian. So we're going to go ahead and build those. So as you can see now that a lot of refugee camps have just came up. They ordered me to put them behind the lines of Obsidian, which would be, I think that'd be a pretty cool battle if they actually do break through, because that means we've got to protect the civilians. But who knows? I think that with the new treaty that the Oranges are signing with the Reds as well, the Reds are going to be bringing down, well, they might be bringing down some more infantry to unite with the UCP, which is over here. You can tell who the UCP are because they've got white helmets. And the UCP stands for United Coalition of Plastics. And that's like all of the plastics combined to fight one supreme force, which is Obsidian, because if it wasn't for these guys, they'd probably just swarm in the lands and take over everything. So what have we got over here? We're going to have Orange send all reserves to the Obsidian front line. So if we press that button there, we can see that the Oranges have also ordered the reserves to come from all of the cities. All of the garrisons now are also going to come down and join the line against the Purples and Obsidian. Obviously the Purples do own land over here as well, which is Fort Tan, which they have renamed to Fort Hope now. They've actually decided to rename it. It used to be called, oh well, they've also called it the Kingdom of Pearl. They're no longer just the Pearlanese Pirates. Do you know what? I would like to see a Pink and Pearl alliance. That would be pretty cool. I wonder what the Discord will have to say about that. So anyway, the Purples are attacking the Reds and the Oranges over here. We have a couple of units pinned down. They're a bit stressed out. They don't know what's going on. We've got loads of Obsidian which have been like drawn to the nuclear blast because, as you know before, we did launch a big boom, which was the same thing we launched at Greenington. We wiped it off the map and killed the Green King with that some time ago. And we launched it on this position right here. We killed loads of Obsidian and we actually forced them to retreat. So if we go all the way over here, we can see there's the Isle of Abyss. It's like a dark, dark island all the way on the other side of the ocean. And we can see that the armies of Obsidian have now retreated. Not all of them, but most of them, apart from their leader right there. Look, I'm wondering, I think the leader might like influence Pearl to do something. Maybe that's what the plan is. Maybe Cthulhu wants to take over the minds of the Pearlanese and actually take over that way, because he's only got a crappy zombie army at the moment. So what's up next? Let's have a look. We've got Red send troops to the UCP front line. Okay, well before I send troops to the UCP front line from the Reds, which is all ordered from the Discord by the way, I don't know why I'm mixing my words up. I don't know what I'm saying. But the Oranges have also decided to kick all of the Greens out of Tangeria. And this right here is Tangerian Mining Co. And we can see that the Greens own shares right there. And they own them under the UCP. So the Oranges have kind of broke that agreement. And they're now attacking the mines. So this could be a future battle as well, which could be pretty epic. Other than that, we're going to go over to the Reds now. There's not really much else going on over here. We can still see that there's some Grillatans left over, which could be used by South Viet Tan if they see fit. These used to be Sahara's men. But, well, no, not South Viet Tan, North Viet Tan. I don't know why I said South. But, yeah, these are Sahara's men. But they still have, like, a nationalistic imperial tendency, so they might not get on with the Northern Unionists, which are under the influence of the Reds. So anyway, let's go to the Red capital now. So the Red capital is up here. This is Redingrad, which is the Red capital. And we're going to go ahead now and we're going to send some Red troops over to the UCP. So these guys are now going to follow the road, which is pretty cool. They've got a long way to go, but they're going to follow the road all the way over, cross the bridge, and enter into Tangeria. Obviously, they're going to have to ask permission. They're going to give them the white hats when they get there, and they're going to go and fight for the UCP. So the Reds are really supporting the United Coalition of Plastics against the Grey, well, not the, against the Obsidian armies. So this is where it comes to the Greys now. The Greys, they don't really have much to do with the UCP. I'm kind of hoping that they have a little bit more involvement in the Discord, because they haven't even submitted a policy to me. So maybe we could do like a re-election or something on their leader for the next event, so the Greys could be a little bit more active. But as far as the Greys are aware at the moment, they have no involvement with the UCP. They're kind of just are rekindling themselves after that great war they had with the Blues. They have built loads of hydro dams, as you can see, which are now supplying a lot of power. They do plan to drain out all of the ocean on these central points here to try and create some more land for agriculture and so on. So that's pretty much all the Greys are doing at the moment. This video is so unprofessional. But yeah, I don't like doing a lot of editing, so I'm just lazy. The Greys have taken this place over here. They've been given it. And also the Reds are going to send over, I believe. Let's have a look. Red influence neutral territory of the Eastern Main. So the Reds are going to go ahead and send a diplomat over to the Eastern Main as well. This isn't allowed, but they have requested it in the Discord. They want to start a propaganda campaign to turn the Eastern Main unionist, which could be pretty neat because that means the Eastern Main might turn into Red territory once again, if they succeed, that is, which I don't think the Greys would be too happy about. So what's up next? We have Red expand into the Coldlands. So this is quite cool as well. The Reds have also decided in the Discord to move some troops over to the Coldlands, which is over there, look. That land has never really been explored in Army Men of War. We don't know what's over there. We've heard rumours that Marble, the white forces, are over here. And they're the forces that oppose Obsidian. It's like the god of light versus the god of darkness. So maybe over there we could find some allies, who knows. Or not, maybe it's just empty snow and wasteland. Who knows, but yeah, we're going to send some troops over there by the Reds and find out what's over there at last. So we can see the leaders right there. We've got Tsar Valentine, and we also have, obviously, our politician, which is Rednin. What's next? Okay, so now we're going to move over to the Blues. So the Blues at the moment are pretty much at war with the Greens, something that's never really happened at the minute. The Tans have also signed a pact with them for trade and things like that. We could even see some blue forces moving into South Viet Tan. As you can see, a South Vietnamese politician has been sent to make some agreements with the Blues over here. We can see the Blue King scot-free right there as well. It looks just like King Greenland. You know, they were good friends. Maybe they was even brothers. Who knows? But then again, how can a green and a blue be brothers? But then again, green is blue and yellow put together. I wonder, maybe there's a conspiracy theory in the series right there. Now, a hole in the law. Right, so anyway, we do know that they've recently built this beast over here as well. We've got a huge fortress over here. This is like a Fort Knox. They keep their economy there. I think I've mentioned that in a previous video. And also we know that the bridge has been destroyed by the Green A-10, which came from this place right here, which was the previous video where the Tan Special Forces and the Blue Special Forces landed in this airbase in these mountains. They tried to take the airbase, but General Martinez right there fought them off and did a damn good job as well. The Greens have ordered some soldiers to reinforce that area. I think their plan of action was to secure this whole corner as a part of Operation False Throne, which I guess is still going on because we can see that the Blues have a fleet over here, but they're not doing a very good job because the Greens have intercepted them with a carrier as well, so that's a possible naval battle in the future. And over here we can see the front line between the Greens and the Blues as well. The Blues have around about 700 or 800 men in this location, and we have a full frontal assault from them into the ruins of Greenington. This is what once was the Green capital. Obviously we had to move it over here, and yeah. So next up we have, let's go for the blue ones first. We're going to go Blues are funding organised crime. So this is pretty epic. The Blues are going to fund organised crime because they want to get access to the black market. So if we press this button right here, we can see that we now have a mafia boss which has appeared on the map. So we could be seeing some red mafia versus blue mafia in the future. So let me know, what should the name be of this boss right here? I'm thinking like Don Bluione or something like that. Let's make this Italian. You know, something really I don't know, what's the word? Godfather-ish. We'll just say that. Yeah, and so yeah, we're gonna go for another blue one. I think Queen moves to many mountains. Blue expand the city of Blueton. So if we press that button right there, they've also requested that we expand the city of Blueton over the bridge. So we can see now that they've just expanded it, and that's obviously going to be a lot better for population. They're going to be able to expand their population now. It's going to be a lot more better for factories and production as well. So that's pretty cool of them to do that. I really like the Blues policies. I would read them out, but they're super long, so I try and split them up into these little parts right here. But if you do want to know what the blue policies are, do be sure to join the Discord, like I say, and just ask one of your faction leaders, because they'll be happy to tell you what they're doing with their nation, in more detail, that is. So we're going to move to the Greens now. This is the last nation of this video, and we're going to just start moving some soldiers. So General Fitzgerald has been ordered to move to Greenington. So General Fitzgerald is in charge of this division of soldiers right here. Look, it's just an infantry division, and you can see at the moment he's right there, look, and they're now moving into position, and they're going to be, well, reinforcing these green forces right here, which is the Grenfield Guard and the Greenington Guard, look, and they're going to be really trying to stop the Blues from taking the ruins of Greenington, because that's a major foothold that the Blues have, a part of Operation Folsom, trying to take out the Green Queen. And because they're trying to take out the Green Queen, what we are going to do is we are going to move the Green Queen to the Millie Mountains. Right there we can see her moving along the roads now. It's going to take a long trip. It's a really long trip. If anything, I could do with speeding it up, but I don't want to. It just looks too good. And she's going to make her way all the way over here now, and through these towns and cities. Obviously she's got a nice motorcade with her, and she's going to go and secure herself in the Millie Mountains, which is a super defended fortress in the mountains. It's like where they keep their portal, their crystals, everything. It's like a top secret base for the Greens. It even has a giant airfield on the top. So I'm really looking forward to making that map in the future. I think the goal at the moment for the Greens is to rebuild the city as well. And that's why there were so many troops here, because they actually enlisted the military to start helping rebuild this city. So I guess it was just timing when the Blues invaded. There was just a lot of soldiers around at that point. So next up we have Green Special Forces to move to Westport as well. The Green Special Forces are now on their way from the Millie Mountains. You can see them right here. It's 100 men. They're like an elite troop. They're a bit better than the average infantry. They're going to make their way over there now. Hopefully they'll get there before the video ends. So like I say, in fact, you know what? We're just going to speed it up. Why not? We'll speed it up so you guys can see where the forces are actually going to land. So let's have a look over here. We can see the Queen passing the Special Forces now. She's still on her way to the Millie Mountains. I'm guessing those Reds have landed in the Orange Lands as well, and have now fully deployed against Obsidian. So these guys are going to move over here. They're actually going to go through this mountain range right here and try and take these guys from behind. So we can see that there is a naval battle going on right here as well. Look, this is going to be super cool. It's going to be super hard to make because I get a lot of requests for naval battles, but the game doesn't fully support boats and such. So I guess it is possible, but I'd have to really try and make it a cinematic maybe. And last but not least, the Greens have requested to increase and improve their coastal defences. So we can take that off now. There we are. And now we're going to press this button, and you can see that now they have proper dug themselves in, and they're going to stop the Blues from attacking across the river. Oh, on top of that as well, the Blues want to build Blueniversal Studios. I don't know why. They want it to be like a film studio slash theme park. God, I can't get my words out today. But yeah, it's super epic what you guys have all come up with in the Discord, and I'm pretty sure this is going to really take its toll on the series. Like I say, the event is over now temporarily. I might bring it back, but we are going to play out the rest of the battles, especially this one right here, the one in Tangiers. And like I say, do stick around, smash that subscribe button, also hit that like button, as it really helps me out. It helps grow this channel and this community. It's a very niche community, I think. There's not many people that are into this kind of stuff, this roleplay stuff. I love it. I find it super nostalgic, and it really takes me back to my childhood days when playing with my toy army men. So yeah, we're going to now. I think we've covered everything. Like I say, if you want to know the policies of each nation, be sure to join the Discord. Link is in the description. Well, the link to my website is in the description, and then the link to Discord is on my website. I think that's what I was trying to say. So, anyway, I hope you all had an amazing holiday, by the way. I just took a little bit of time off because of Christmas, so I just didn't really want to focus on my computer. I just wanted to focus on family, and yeah, just get my head out of the computer for a little while, which I think is healthy. You know, my counsellor says so anyway. I'm joking, but yeah. So anyway, I'm MikeMapper123. If there's anything you want to ask, be sure to ask me in the comment section below. Like I say, smash that like button and drop a bomb on that subscribe button. If there's any questions about the lore or anything like that, be sure to ask me in the Discord or in the comments. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.